I think my course has prepared me for the future, or my placement has prepared me for the future, especially as I really enjoyed especially the second half of my placement. I was doing marketing and consumer insight. So I worked with a couple of agencies, for example the ones that helped design the Cadbury's Gorilla advert and the Galaxy advert. So I found that really interesting, and that was kind of something that I wasn't aware of before, the amount of thought that goes into these things. So that was definitely something that I thought was interesting, because I've always been interested in kind of consumer behaviour as a whole. So it's quite fun to see how much thought goes into these campaigns and marketing campaigns and the platforms that they put them across to kind of make them resonate well with customers. The main things I learned, I think, predominantly came in my third year of studies, because you could kind of tailor it to what you wanted to do and what I found to be interesting. So I really like the digital marketing side of things, so learning about customer perceptions, what actually influences customer behaviour, and kind of how marketing itself is kind of changing as a whole, like a kind of revolution in marketing, which I found really interesting.
The Fitz Digital Ltd Prize for the best digital marketing student, and we have Jeremy Spiller here to present the award, and the winner is Joel Harniman.
So I quite liked learning about how to get along with different groups of people, how to kind of adapt to different situations. It's quite helpful on my placement because there's a massive intake of placements and postgrads at the same time, so there's other like-minded people there that could support you. So I think a lot of it's about finding what you're good at and how you can kind of progress in the future, which I really like. So it's definitely helped me in my final year predict choices as well for my electives or so. So the course helped me feel more confident in my placement because they did a fair few modules which kind of, I think, organisational behaviour and things which kind of taught you the basic kind of structure of businesses, how the ins and outs work. You have to kind of use your own initiative and talk to the right people and make sure you're actually being the proactive person in that, which I quite liked. It gave you more kind of control over your future, which I liked. So I found the ability to tailor my course to my career useful because I guess it's quite interesting because you don't actually know exactly what you want to do. Me personally, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to get into. One of the modules I picked was actually a last-minute choice, and I actually ended up performing best in that module. I got an academic award for the best performing student in that module. That was one that I chose within a week of cancelling another module that I decided I didn't want to do. So I guess I wouldn't put too much pressure on yourself to kind of plan out your whole future. I think a lot of it is kind of testing the water to see what you enjoy, what you are good at, and then going from there, rather than trying to have a set idea. You've got to be very open-minded to these things. So I think talking to kind of course leaders, reading up on your modules, things like that is definitely a good way to find out what you'd be interested in, what you might be good at.